Welcome. We're back. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. I think I have one of those. No. Nope.
And here we go.
And here we go. Good morning. Welcome. What's up, Slater? What it do, baby? I need to scoot back. My face is too close. That's too bright, too. There we go. All right, we're good. How's the lighting? 5 people? Oh, no. It's going to be, 12. All right. Whew. Shoo, buddy. I remember when there was 5. I also remember there was 12. There was like 90 people watching yesterday. Oh, man. What's up, Slater? How's the hip? Lito, how's training? You ready for the long event? Did you watch the Masters chatter with Bob talking about the Masters events and how many events there's going to be? What's up, Vic? How we doing? How we doing? Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Tacos sound pretty good. Kenneth, what's up, buddy? Good morning. All right, welcome. 9 days till the CrossFit Games, which I am super stoked about. I always, guys, no matter what, I love CrossFit. I love the CrossFit Games. And I'm just super excited. Like, I think it's going to be a good games. You know, we talk shit about it and all the things, but I just, man, I'm super stoked for it. Stoked to create content. Sounds like John and them are going to do some good stuff. And it's just going to be good. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I have a lot of tabs open here. I got to close some of them. Is anyone going to the games that's watching? It's probably a good question. What's up, Caleb? Caleb, you have an incredible amount of consonants in your name. I feel like you got to be missing, like there's a vowel missing in your name for sure. Has to be, right? There's got to be a vowel missing somewhere. I've only had coffee this morning and like my vitamins, and my stomach is not happy with it. I am super sad that it's only three days. I think one of the biggest things that I like to see at the games, and this is just my opinion, so if you don't like it, get the fuck off my show, but is I think the games should be a testament of like who can complete it, like of grit, grind, and like tolerance. I think there's just like a component that has gone away since 2000 and probably 18. I mean, 2020 doesn't count, but a lot of it is like who is still standing at the end of the weekend. I think it's just a component that is gone, and it used to not be gone. Like it used to be a real thing of who can manage the volume, who comes on Sunday and can still perform well throughout the weekend. Oh, my heart is happy. My heart is so happy. Good morning, Heidi. And so we don't have that anymore. We certainly didn't have it last year. 23 wasn't. It definitely is leaned into just fitness racing and not so much a grueling test of fitness, right? No, I don't think so. It's not. It's 10 to 12 are substantially different tests of era. And so, no, I don't think 10 tests over 3 days is the test of endurance and stamina. Not when all of them are going to be inside and under 15 minutes long. No, I don't think so. Not even close. One long event, I don't think it's the case. I think being outside adds the elements that we can't replace currently. And I think the test should always be 13 to 15 tests over 4 days, right? I don't think 10 to 12 over 3 days is much. The Masters did 10 tests last year at them at Birmingham. So I don't think it's enough. It's not 10 to 12 either. It's 10 tests. Sounds like there might be a 10 and a half, like a secondary score, but he said 10. So I don't think 10 is enough personally. So I agree with Heidi. I think it should be longer. I think it should just be this like festival, right? It used to be 5 days, right? It was over 5 days. There was always a big day and then rest. Um, no, certainly not. It's still going to be a complete test, right? I just think the style of testing has changed, right? So Vicky asked, will the winner have an asterisk? I don't think any winner has an asterisk. I hate saying that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying the style of the games has changed over the years. In 2015 and 16 and 17, like maybe 17 was in Madison. When it's outside in the heat, every event is outside. It all changes. It's who still has juice in the tank on Sunday. There's no question of that now. Everyone has juice on Sunday. And I think it really is a testament to the style of testing has changed. I think it's more of a testament to the fact that most of our events are inside now. And I think that makes a bigger difference. But it's not a grueling test. Okay. And because it's not a grueling test, I think it allots to a different person succeeding at the end, right? It's not who can mentally hang in for the weekend. For the longest time, it was who still has it on Sunday. Now that's not the case. That's just never the case of who's the least tired to end the weekend. And it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my cup of tea. I like to see a grueling. I want to see like going through the first four events. It used to be who could finish the event. Now it's like who can always. It's just always who can finish the fastest. Like there was always an element of, man, a lot of people aren't going to finish these events, right? Or they're going to finish and they're going to pay for it, right? Like they're going to hurt really bad. Now, like with workout 2, now it's like, all right, we're just going to go as fast as we can. And then you guys are probably still going to be standing upright and breathing hard, but not having to like, really hammer recovery in between events and things like that. I don't know. There just isn't as hard. So Caleb, it sounds like they're doing 3-4-3. And if you 3 events, 3 heats or 2 heats with teams over an entire day, that still takes like 8 hours. So it's still a full training day. Like it's still a full competition day. It takes so long to run events, especially the first one's an hour, right? So we know event 1 and 2, and then probably inside like a Friday Night Lights style events for workout workout 3. So if I can share my screen here. So this is a 20-minute time cap. There's going to be 2 heats. So this alone will take 2 hours to run through. 15 people will go in each heat, men and women. So this is 2 hours. If there's 4 events, it's going to take the same. They're going to go back to 3 heats. I don't think so. Avera, I think Avera's question, it's not a grueling test. We know 3 of the 10. 2 of them are going to really hurt unless you don't think 60 deadlifts. And so I agree. That the tests released are challenging. I don't think it's as hard as you think it is. I think 6 miles of running is tough for sure. There's no question. And so I don't know the test yet. I think 10 is a low number for the CrossFit Games. There's 10 scores at Wadapalooza. There's, and so like I don't know the test. I'm not saying there. I'm saying from years past when they finish the weekend, I think they're too, like, it wasn't hard enough, in my opinion. And that's just the case. I think the CrossFit Games needs to be another step, right? Um, and I think that's just a personal preference of mine. I don't want to train the same. I don't want to train my athletes the same for the CrossFit Games as I do for semifinals. And that's what I'm doing currently because it's all inside. And when everything goes inside, you can only do so much. It's just only going to be so different, right? Besides this run, besides the run, row, run, um, they're training exactly the same as they would for a semifinals weekend. And to me, it's just kind of boring. And so I just don't, I don't know. I don't think, I don't know if it's going to be a grueling test this year, but if we look at 24, right? I mean, just looking at, whoops. So 24, obviously it's a different year, but right, we had a long day. This workout changed. This was hard, but it wasn't that hard. A sprint. This workout was under programmed. The same person won. They ran hard for a mile, right? Chad was a joke. The clean ladder was too light. This workout was limited by freestanding handstand push-ups. Okay. Dickie's triplet was substantially under programmed. This was just a sprint. This was probably the hardest, like, grinding workout of the entire weekend. And it was the final. And some people still basically went unbroken. And so, right, Heidi gets it. Fucking Heidi totally understands that rock solid difficulty is very important for the CrossFit Games. And so it just isn't too many of the workouts. People are just standing and finishing. And I don't know. I want to see a lot of workouts where it's like, I don't know if a lot of people are going to finish. And that's just not the case so far. So, but again, that's a personal preference. But anyways, yeah, I'm not saying 60 deadlifts isn't hard at 350, right? But a lot of these guys deadlift well over 500 pounds. I don't think the axle bar is going to make that much of a difference. I think that's a hard test. I think that's definitely closer and better than event 2. All right, let's talk about something else. Lito, did I listen to Dave's? That's what we're going to talk about today. Are we going to get ice bath cams? I hope so. I think ice bath cams would really up the streaming concurrent watcher number for sure. So, Vicky, is this a proof of concept here? So, because there's going to be a new owner, I think that this being able to move it, I know that's Dave's. He's talked about that. It will, I think they're going to try it, and I think they're going to walk it back. And I think everything is going to be absorbed into one event again. That's when it was the most successful. Pulling like they're struggling to sell tickets. If the masters and the adaptives were there, they wouldn't be struggling to sell tickets. It just is the case. Let's just be clear. We're going to go watch this. And if this happens, I'm going to shut up, and it's going to be grueling because this test, right? If the row is a second score, this test is a 6-mile run. No matter what anyone says, it is only a 6-mile run, and the row is, if anything, a recovery. Everyone will bunch up and they will run together on the 4 miles, and they will try to get off the rower around the same time. They won't push the 4-mile run. Everyone's going to try and run together. Because if you get out too far, you can get hawked down in that last 2 miles if you don't have it. So everyone is going to pace the 4. They're going to pace the row, and they're going to push for 2 miles. And so it's really only a warm up into a 2-mile hard sprint. And so if this row counts as a score and then there's total time, bruh. Now we're talking. Now we're fucking, I love it. All right, let's go to YouTube. What was I trying to do? Dave Castro.
If I really wanted to finish with handstand walks like you're suggesting, I'm sorry, wall walks like you're suggesting,
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Their tracks, and I'm okay with that. Oh, and it's weekend or see a way to.
This is what I want to
make
see.
a cool challenge out.
All right, we're going to do
Okay, here we go.
a little Dave in review.
Right again. All right, I'm all the blue. I don't know why I'm all in blue. This isn't coordinated. I just realized
I'm wearing the same
I
thing.
have my new shirt on, so
I like this
guys.
shirt. I actually like this shirt. I didn't like his last year's. I thought last year's was gay, but this one's nice.
If you've ordered this week, you should get there before the games. It's blue too. I have blue mic. Pretty cool. Blue. 19 because it's the night some oaks came down, and so bucking them up so we can split them and doing this crossover 10 push press, 20 crossover, 30 toe to bar, 20 crossover, 10 push press. I'm really excited about that one. I think it's going to be a really challenging, good little test. It's going to be fast. I think. Sorry.
Oh, I thought that was me.
I think it's you got to go hard on everything, and you have to kind of go fast. So there's some room for where you can make mistakes.
Yeah. So I think something like this, when we have, like, I like execution workouts. I think they're appropriate, right? And so if we see like execution workouts like this, workout 2, I think they're very appropriate. It's important to have. I just don't want to see it for more than really one event, right? Like, I don't want to see multiple events where, like, if you miss one double under, then you're going to lose the workout because it was 6 minutes, right? I don't want to see workouts where there's no bottlenecks, and there's no bottlenecks in this workout. I think some of those are important, but I think there should always be something where people are questioning, like, can I go unbroken or can I not? And this is not one of those workouts. Everyone's going to go unbroken and everyone's going to go fast, but which again, I think has its place, but they can only go so fast. And I think a lot of people are going to finish the workout just standing upright, not that fatigued. And that's not, I don't think we should really see a lot of that at the CrossFit Games. That's not super entertaining.
Or break things up incorrectly or spend too much time. So I'm excited about it. And visually, this one is going to look really good. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be cool to end on the 20 push press, the race to get there, and then getting that 20 push press to the finish line and then crossing. I think this is going to be a.
What did he just say? Did you say 20 push press? That's not right. It's 10 push press. Am I missing something here? I'm not, right? This is what it said. I'm not. Help me out, chat. Am I missing this? Is he saying this right? So, again, now we're talking. Because now the workout changes. I'm for sure, Vicky, he misspoke. 100%. And this is how I see it. I see it as a 40 slip too. It's like, oh, he's like, man, it should have been 20 because it should have been. 10 is just an arbitrary. But if it finishes at 20, now we're talking to be, dude, oh my God. I would be so excited if it was 10-10 the whole way. If it's 10-10 the whole way, it's a different workout, right? Because now there's volume. Now that dumbbell's coming down 100%. Maybe it's like, oh, it was 10 for each shoulder. And like, I'm so, and some of these coaches will get fucking, they'll lose their mind. We practice this. I want every workout to be a lie. I want him to release every single workout to not be accurate, to be wrong, so that everyone comes in and they have to figure it the fuck out on the fly. It would, I'd be so excited. That's what I want to see. And not because I just want it to be harder, but because I want people to not be 100% prepared and have the best plan ever, because it gets boring then. Right. And so it would be every part of my being would be happy to know if he changed it to 20 to finish, or if it was always 10 per arm, right? I would fucking love it, because also now we're talking, now there's real shoulder fatigue. Now there's grip fatigue. Now everything changes. If it goes to 20 per arm and an extra 30 shoulder to overhead, I got to send this to John. See what he thinks. See what John thinks. Anyways. Okay. All right, let's continue.
You have to kind of go fast. If there's some room for where you can make mistakes or break things up.
Which I don't care. Whatever it is. Oh, it's 10. Oh, sorry guys, it's 10 per arm. That changes everything. They're still unbroken on the double unders, but now there's a lot more shoulder fatigue. They're not unbroken on the toes to bar, right?
Correctly, or spend too much time. So I'm excited about it. And visually, this one is going to look really good. And it's in a.
And again, finishing on 20 is way fucking better than finishing on 10. Just like he says right here.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be cool to end on the 20 push press, the race to get there, and then getting that 20 push press to the finish line and then crossing. I think this is going to be a cool visual and a nice test with a little bite. We also announced individual event 4, and that one's run 300, 12 deadlift, 100 handstand, foot walk, 5 rounds of that. That also, I think, is another really cool one. I'm excited about seeing that go down. We're going to have.
All right, we're going to jump around.
At one point. Kate Gotina. I just saw IE2 and wanted to ask, would you have considered starting and finishing with the wall walks if the floor plan supported that kind of flow?
Let's see if we can see the word 20 anywhere.
So if you look, the floor plan. So this is a down and back style, or this is just a down workout. So you start at this and 3, 2, 1, go. My hands are all backwards. You hit this, move forward, hit that, move forward. So you're just progressing down the floor all the way until you cross the finish line. So it's just one race moving down the floor. There will be some events this week that are down and back chippers or down and back events. This isn't necessarily a chipper, but this one very deliberately started at one end and worked its way through. So there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration when you're programming these. You have to take into consideration the floor layout. You have to take into consideration how you want to show the race, which direction you want to go, if you want to return or if you want to just go one direction. But all of those things I think have to be really deliberate and thought out. So to end this with the pull-up bars, or I'm sorry, the wall walk as you suggested, you would have had to really modify this workout. There would have been 2 ways I would have done it. So it would have been start here, work down, come back, finish, and then maybe sprint across the finish line. That's not a clean way. If I really wanted to finish with handstand walks like you're suggesting, wall walks like you're suggesting, move this all the way down here, or not move this, have a second set here. So the same workout, 20, all the work, and then another 20, and then cross the finish line. But that would not have looked good. That would have been, and then the 20 to end with, at least the 10 to end with can be fast and then moving forward. 20 wall walk. So
he said 10. God damn it.
Another piece, typically you kind of want to end on something fast and moving. We will break that rule. I will break that rule here, but that's okay. When I say here at this year's CrossFit Games. And then another suggesting.
What does he say?
Wall walks like you're suggesting. Move this all the way down here. Or not move this, have a second set here. So the same workout, 20, all the work, and then another 20, and then cross the finish line. But that would not have looked good. That would have been. And then the 20 to end with, at least the 10 to end with can be fast and then moving forward. 20 wall walk. So another piece, typically you kind of want to end on something fast and moving. We will break that rule. I will break that rule here, but that's okay. When I say here at this year's CrossFit Games, I'm gonna have so there's common rules or themes to stay by when programming, And as with grammar and as with everything else, rules are meant to be broken. Grammar, I say that in terms of like, there's some obviously basic things you don't break, but I mean that in respect to, let's just back up.
Jesus Christ. Is he fucking drunk? Avera, shoulder to overhead. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about, but you're right. It's a shoulder to overhead anyway. That's how it will be. It's way too hard to judge push press versus jerk or anything like that.
There's going to be some rules that I break that are not typically what I would do in programming, even to what I just said. So typically at the end, you want to have something really fast and across the finish line, or you want to have someone run through the finish line. There will be some moments where we are not doing that. And again, that is very deliberate. Okay. As stronger every.
Whatever the fuck that means. Okay. I mean, a push press would be cool. He said 10 again. I don't know. I hope it's fucking 20. Anywho, okay.
Every day, with everything that's laid out and everything that's going on, everything that's put out, everything that you know and don't know, there still exists the possibility. Games are right around the quarter. The clean and jerk or snap 100-pound back squat for a double. That's really important.
Yeah, dude, that
might get a wall on it.
Oh, pull up that back squat in a minute.
We'll see.
Here, pause. We should pull it now. That was super impressive. Bonkers. That's a strong boy for sure. Whew. Shoe buddy. What's up, Grant? Good morning. All right. Back to here.
This one will be fun. Austin Hatfield posted, and he really impressed. And he's not that big of a guy, over 500. It's interesting because when you look at a back squat or something like that, typically we have not included just a back squat as a test. We've done an overhead squat. I remember that in Carson. We've done a back squat inside of the CrossFit Total. We've done the CrossFit Total. And then usually when
we know the demo team,
it's the clean and jerk or snatch or something like that.
You mean the testing team? Is that the question? The testing team? Do we know the demo team? So
it's fascinating seeing him do a double for 500. Getting ready to leave next week when I do this. The next one will be from Albany. So games are right around the corner. Really excited. There's going to be a few more announcements, and then there'll be some announcements there or the week of. And I think there will be prepared for a couple potential little twists. So with everything that's laid out and everything that's going on, everything that's put out, everything that you know and don't know, there still exists the possibility of some twists in it all.
God, I just fucking am praying with every ounce of my body that it's this, and this is a 1A. Like, this is just like event 1A. There'll be definitely a few more announcements. I mean, they'll probably announce a couple more workouts. They usually will give us like one or two more. Oh, you're saying that anyways. So we'll get back to that. A few more announcements. I think, yeah, we'll get something. No, I'm not going to Albany. Not this year. Hopefully I'll be coaching next year. Fingers crossed. So we'll see. It is, but no Albany this year, but I'll be right here in this office every day, probably talking shit about John and JR or watching the stream. Yeah, we'll do something for sure since I won't be there. And then Grant, your question on, are we concerned that it's not the demo team? The demo team hasn't been picked yet. This is the testing team. I definitely think Sydney would have been a fucking terrible test, by the way. The other girl's just as good as Sydney. Reese would have probably been a good test. I think Ben is a good tester. I don't think Rafa is. Clearly, I think you have to have the ability to look at the tester and make the jump from like where they are and what Tia or Jeff or Austin are going to do. And I think there's a disconnect. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the workouts lay out, right? Obviously, they've been doing this for years, right? He has more experience doing this than anybody. And Well, the demo team really what the demo team does is they clean up the last minute things. There, right? So they test on site to make sure everything looks good. On site. So that's where the demo team is going to come in. The demo team usually doesn't do testing before, like in California, like at the ranch. But anyways, I definitely think there's a problem having the people. The testing pool is important. This testing pool is pretty low. Ben is on the way out. Yeah, they did, but not before. Yeah, but they did that before they were on the demo team. They were just part of the testing pool, and then they got chosen for the demo team, right? So like those were two single events. Like they didn't have that demo team set. Anyways, I definitely think that having good testers is important, but it doesn't really matter. You really just need to know close, right? Like you just need to understand how close it's going to be or how far it's going to be and make the adjustments from there, right? And so with someone like Rafa and whatever the girl was, right? I mean, they don't even have a lot of experience, right? Like just like overarching time in the sport. And I think that's also another problem. Like Ben does. Ben Smith has a lot of time in the sport, and I think he has a lot of input, probably substantially more value. But if you're going to bring someone there that might not be super fit, they've have to have at least been here for a long time and not have an ego, right? Like, oh, this is bad. And I really think bringing people there that right program design is really important. I'm gonna guess. I bet they don't pay them. I bet they just pay for them to be there and pay for their food and stuff. I bet they don't get cash. How's the pay for the demo team? I bet they don't get paid to be there. I bet they just get like all expenses covered. Would be my guess. Can't imagine they would pay them. It's kind of like a badge of honor, right? So I don't know. Anyways, all right. Let's go back to this. Is there anything? I just like we're gonna go to this for a second. I know everyone watched this, and for
at bikes and I find them pretty and I want to buy them. That's what happens.
That's a weird thing. He's so weird. He's just kind of strange, but he's fucking fit. And interestingly enough, this episode 9, I think they're doing a great job with it. But those 3 people, like Sprague is interesting, but like they're kind of boring, right? Like this video, we'll go to it real quick. I just felt like it was kind of boring. Like they weren't wildly exciting. And I think that's a difference now when we looked at Road to the Games. I don't know. I just felt like it was different back in the day. I mean, these are doing okay, right? Obviously, Danielle and this one did crazy, very well timed. But I don't know. I felt like this one was kind of boring. They're not super exciting people.
Like if I'm not careful, I could injure myself like a week before and get there and not be able to perform. So that's not what I want. If I get hurt, I want to get hurt at the games, which is not.
We still got 2 months of like really good training, and the progress that I've made since January on it has been like night and day difference. I mean,
He said
we
progress.
still got 2 months of like really good training, and the progress that I've made since
progress. Oh no. Oh Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah, Jeff's a good looking dude, but he's pretty boring.
January on it has been like night and day difference. I mean, I cut like almost like a minute and a half off of my 5K time in like an 8-week cycle. So, excuse me, decline. And this year was
like this is the content we need. I need to see them playing golf. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm good. I don't need that. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Are you the best golfer in CrossFit?
Until I go against Ricky, I will not claim that title.
Damn, that was a terrible. That swing.
Until I go against Ricky, I will not claim that title.
Dude, look at that. That follow through. That follow through was good.
There we go.
Yeah, baby.
Let's see the swing.
My partner.
Let's see the swing.
My 6-year-old daddy. Doesn't look 60.
See the
You don't call your
swing,
dad daddy?
Sprague.
I don't think I've ever called my dad daddy. Right? No.
Good start, dude.
He's uncomfortable.
Jackson? Huh? Have you?
Of course he hits it a mile. He's fucking.
Oh, yeah.
He squats 500 pounds and he's 6'2".
James is not your daddy.
Of course
bro.
he hits it a
Golf
mile.
is a big part
That's a
of
good-
my games training for me. It's the
Yeah,
balance.
that's
and
good.
the
He's got a
patience
little
and
bit-
the calmness.
little baseball-y,
of
but he
my games
pulls it back pretty well. What do you think, Grant? This is a good position right here. This looks really nice. And then his downswing is a little. It's a little like it gets baseball-y, right? His elbows bend. He pulls
Ready for
away. Oh, whoops! I meant to slow it down. In case you guys didn't know, we're analyzing golf swings today on the WODprep channel. But this drawback was really nice. I like that. Good straight arm. Good torso rotation. Little bend there. But this is a good position right here. Sinks. And didn't sink that much. And keeps that elbow bent. Pulls up a little bit. Yeah. It's got to keep that straight. Other than that, it was pretty good. Not a great follow through. But overall, yeah. He slides there. He rotates back. He pulls it back pretty nice, but then he slides through. I'm just working through like not sliding as well. It's definitely the baseball that finishes. Look at that. That was funny.
How hard I'm going in here all the time and how chaotic this.
What do you guys think about this here? This is a good question. And so I bring this up because they're like sitting on the dock. Were they on the dock? This one? Here, right here.
I'm clean ass.
Jocko.
Clean ass. Look, no glitch.
Dude, jumping in the
Nothing.
water. Dude,
We're good to
just to be clear, this is like the peak of technology at this point. Jumping in the water and not ruining your phone. Oh,
go.
dude.
Can you name anything better than this, Ron? No. Maybe just some holy balls and a Jocko. That's it.
18 holes of golf.
18 holes of golf coming in hot.
Is that what you're gonna do next?
Dude, that's my motivation. Train hard so I can golf hard.
Dude, that's right
Like
there.
I said,
I'm right there
just
with
as long
you.
as the wife's okay with it, we're good. I asked her this morning. I said, "You ain't golf too much, babe?" She goes, "Well, no, but you have golfed a lot this week." She understands. It makes me happy.
Happy wife, happy golf.
Happy golf, and happy husband, happy wife.
Yeah.
Happy husband is important too. But I can be happy without golf. I can be happy without CrossFit. Couldn't have said that 2 years ago though.
So,
Yeah, my identity was so rooted in the sport and how well I did, and
so
just my performances. If I
this
wasn't doing well, I
statement
just
right
wasn't happy.
here.
And I totally shifted that mindset once I found Christ and just started to realize, like, you know, there's no reason I should put my worth in anything that can fade and go away. Because this could be gone in a second. I could just hurt myself on a run, tore a knee, and I'd be done. And if I can't be happy without being a good athlete, that's a soul problem.
So
Just glad I was able to fix that. Had a lot of good mentors. My coach Dom back in Naples really helped me find, you know, what does truth mean in my life, and where can I find happiness outside of performances. And ever since I moved back from Florida, you know, this has just been an addition to my life rather than my life, which has been really cool.
How do you feel this year?
So I want to talk about that. And then I want to go into, if you guys know who Scotty Scheffler is, he basically said the same thing, right? Scotty is hands down the best player in the world right now by like a fucking landslide. And he made a statement. Where are we at? I can't find it. Basically stating that like he doesn't really care if he wins or loses, and it's like everything is fleeting and none of it's like super important. And so my thought is like the champion mentality. I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of like indifferent. So like James is our current champion, right? And the current champion, and even Jeff, like Jeff said the same thing, right?
Back in Naples really helped me find
How number
where I
across the other's performance.
How do you feel?
Like Jeff said the same thing, right? And he was like, where was it? Was it here? Maybe it's this one.
Qualified for 6. This will be now my 6th. If I'm not mistaken.
Jeff, make that thing.
sus thing up and down, and so this is launch mode.
And so Jeff sort of said the same thing, right? And it was like, you win, and then right after you win, it's done. And Scotty said the same exact thing recently after winning or being on top, right? And he was like, you win and it's there, and then that's not what I'm playing for. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. I just think that there's like a missing component in a champion mindset now. Like Kobe never thought like that. Jordan never thought like that. Tiger never thought like that. Roger Clemens never thought like that. Right. And what do you guys think? What's better, to have this like unremitting desire to win and stop at nothing till you get there, or is it better to be balanced? I mean, I know the answer, but like, it's just like, it's not as cool of a story, right? Like, it's just not as cool of a push. I don't know. It's like I don't want to say it's boring, but it's kind of boring. I don't know. I'm indifferent. Here we go. This is the.
I think I said something after the Bayern this year about like, it feels like you work your whole life to celebrate winning a tournament for like a few minutes. It only lasts a few minutes, that kind of euphoric feeling. And I like to win the Byron Nelson Championship at home. I literally worked my entire life to become good at golf, to have an opportunity to win that tournament. And you win it, you celebrate, get to hug my family, my sister's there. It's such an amazing moment. And then it's like, okay, now what are we going to eat for dinner? Life goes on. Is it great to be able to win tournaments and to accomplish the things I have in the game of golf? Yeah. I mean, it brings tears to my eyes just to think about, because it's literally worked my entire life to become good at the sport, and to have that kind of sense of accomplishment, I think is a pretty cool feeling. I think it's kind of funny. I think, I think I said something after the Bayern this year about like,
Here we go.
It feels like you work your whole life to celebrate winning it. To get to live out your dreams is very special. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm not out here to inspire the next generation of golfers. I'm not here to inspire somebody else to be the best player in the world, because what's the point? This is not
such
a fulfilling life. It's fulfilling from the sense of accomplishment, but it's not fulfilling from a sense of like the deepest.
I just like, it's just such a weird thing. And so basically,
When you go to a bike store, be now my. And you meet
In a second.
Marie.
So this is
Walk-in losers. Confident.
I mean, that's all I think about. Down.
There you go.
2015.
7-3. Smiled 540 perfectly. And those two people were just like, I passed running, and they're like, oh my god, like they're biking and they're slow, and they just started laughing.
This, like, I feel out of my life.
Really?
Good to be happy.
How as long as I get to the games healthy, that's the big end on what the workout's going to be.
Yeah.
And
I feel he said it somewhere. I can't find it. Anyways, Jeff basically said the same exact thing. And he was like, I've won, and you only celebrate it for a couple minutes and then it just is over. Right. And it's like, for Scotty, the way that he explained it makes, no, I don't think that's what they're saying. Lito, it's not a new concept. It's about the journey, not the destination. Scotty's not saying that at all. He's saying the journey doesn't matter. He's saying it's only about family, which is great. Like I totally support it. But like basically they're saying they don't care if they win at all. And Adler's not saying that. He's saying the win just isn't fulfilling, right? And so, but his whole life was revolved around like they don't have anything else. He doesn't run a gym, he doesn't own another business. He only trains to win the CrossFit Games. But his statement says like his statement is that it's not a fulfilling win. And it's just a weird dichotomy, I think. I don't know. It's just not jiving with me. Like 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 I have goals. Like my goal is to be like I want to reach the most people with my view on training and rehab and things like that. And then my other goal is to be like in the conversation is like, you know, coaches in the space. And so like those are my goals and I'm going to continue to work. It's just not sitting well with me. Like for James, it's like, oh, you know, I found Christ. And so like that's not my identity. It's just weird. Like it just seems counterintuitive and it's like I don't know. Like if I couldn't like be the person I am right now, like all of a sudden tomorrow it changed, right? Like I would have a problem with that. Like it doesn't mean like everything is rooted in it, but I don't think I would say that like, no, it doesn't really matter. Like it fucking matters, right? Like I want to continue to do the things that I do. And like James to say it's not his identity, like it would be totally fine if he just couldn't train CrossFit forever tomorrow. Like I get it. And so I mean, I suppose like having a bigger reason, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying that the win is not fulfilling. Dude, all you're training for is the win. The win has to be somewhat fulfilling. Like, it feels like reductionist, right? It feels fake, like Clock said. Like it just doesn't sit right with me, you know. Like Scotty is so far ahead of the rest of the world. Um and um and so in the golf world, right? And so his view of it, I think, is very like Amanda said, right? It's easier to say this when you've reached the goal. Like once you've reached the goal, now you're like, oh, was it really that good? And that's okay to say, but don't say you don't want it again and that it doesn't matter. Like it clearly matters, right? Like, you know, and so like in Scotty's example, he's already won $100 million in just golf earnings, like in just wins. He's the fourth winningest money. He's the fourth on the money list all time. He's been playing golf for 5 fucking years professionally. Okay. That's insane. So everything is irrelevant for him. Right. But for the CrossFit athletes, like, I don't know, man. It's just weird. I don't know. I feel like I just like sort of like is it like a recency bias thing? Maybe a cocktail party effect. Let's see. Is that it? No, not really. It's just like like I just feel like I've heard this statement all the time. Like I've heard it quite a few times in the last couple of weeks, and it just is not sitting well with me. Right? Like I get it, balance is really important. But I think people like lean on balance to maybe, you know, and so these are 3 champions, right? But I think people who are not quite there yet, right? They lean on balance or like, oh, if I push too hard, then I'm going to burn myself out and I'm not happy and all these things. To me, it just sounds like a fucking excuse. Like, if you want to be the best in the world, you have to fucking sacrifice balance. Okay? The best in the world don't have balance. And if that's your goal is to get to the CrossFit Games or do whatever, right? At some point, like you have to be suffering, right? I think that like if everything is sunshine and rainbows the entire time, then you're not working hard enough to reach those goals, in my opinion, right? I think once you get to a certain level, then your mindset can change. And I think that's what these 3 people are showing. But like to express it as like almost like everyone should have the same viewpoint, I think is silly. Yeah. Yeah. It's just weird. It's just a weird one for me. I don't know. But I can't say that I know how they feel because I haven't, like, I'm not a world champion in anything, right? You know, I can tell you that, like, I'm a really good dad. I have a really good business, you know, and you know, I'm fit, but you know, I still feel like there's things I want to work towards and that I'm not fulfilled fully. Um, yeah, it's probably this, right? Like, as you get older, you have kids, you have to face much time, gets used. Yeah, I think that's totally understandable, but none of those, like, those two don't have kids. They literally, like, Jeff literally has no commitments at all outside of training. That's why this fucking video was boring as shit. Like, he wakes up, he doesn't coach, he doesn't own the gym. She owns the gym. He doesn't, you know, like, he just trains, like, he cooks food and then he runs and then he does some fitness and then that's it. And it clearly, like, it's what it is, but it didn't talk about like the sacrifice for it or whatever. But for him to make all of those sacrifices and have such a regimented and specific life, and then to say that, like, when you win, it's just kind of meh. Like, I don't know, man. It just sounds like it sounds fake. Like, it has to have meant more to you than that. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird. Weird concept. Anyways, all right. Were we still talking about some Dave stuff, maybe? Was there anything else in that video? I can't remember. I don't think so. What are we doing here?
In it all. So I'm really excited about the games this year. Again, and you see this in the programming already at this point. And don't be disappointed when it's more of just core, straightforward, pure CrossFit, because that's what it is this year. It's just straight up CrossFit.
Which is such an interesting thing to say. Like, it's straight up CrossFit. Well, that workout 2 isn't really like that. I don't think that's really because workout 2 isn't like that, right? Yeah, and so back to this, there's a fashionable pop psychology out there, according to which achieving any end goal is not truly valuable because the happy feelings that invoked it don't last long. And, like, that's okay, right? But I don't know. I guess, I mean, that's what all 3 of them are saying. That's literally what all 3 of them are saying. Exactly. That's exactly what they're saying. But I don't know. It just feels reductionist in nature. Yeah, it's supposed to be right. Like, I get it. You're satisfied by the journey and all of those things. Like, I understand all of it, but I don't think that's what any of them are saying. I think they're just saying that, like, they don't care if they're successful at the top or that the success wasn't there, right? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It just feels, I don't know, like it's counteracting the concept of training hard to win the CrossFit Games, in my opinion. It's weird. Anywho, all right. My brain's hurting. On
CrossFit, and like the pegboard, that's still CrossFit enough, especially the way that workouts programmed. That might be the most radical thing implement we have this year. And same thing with the axle bar. I mean, that's still a pure, straightforward CrossFit workout. So
he says that, and there's crossover double unders. Will Sprague outperform Adler? So far, the events definitely, like, I mean, they're not bad for Sprague for sure, but, like, Adler is gonna win the run. He'll win the overall. If the row is scored, James will come out in first place after those 2 events, for sure. Like his ability to push machines and maintain a high run pace is really, really high. He won't win the run, but he'll be like third and third or something like that. So if the machine is scored in workout 1, James, after event 1, and if there's 2 scores, he'll probably be wearing the leader's jersey, right? He'll do well on event 2. If it's 20 shoulder to overhead, maybe not as well. He'll do very well on event 3. I think I have him winning event 3. And then he'll do great on the pegboards too because of the length. Depending on how heavy the snatch is, if that's what it is, if it's paired with a snatch, which is my thought.
Again, in years past, we've introduced new implements. We've done radical things. We've tried off the wall kind of implements or tests. This year, just think pure CrossFit. And I'm excited about that. And I think it's going to be a great test. And I think at the end of the weekend,
you can have all of those things and you can be steady, but like an example is like if you have 5 tests that are just like Helena or Fran or Diane, he won't be second and second for sure. He'll be, there's no way he beats Ricky and Jeff on the overall score. But I definitely think he could be like first, second on the row portion of it, if that's what it is. And then top 5 there. But like Jeff and Ricky, I don't think Ricky certainly won't be top 5 on the row portion of it. Anyway, so what do we think the other movement? He said it's a couplet for sure. I think it's going to be snatches. I think he's going to double down on shoulder fatigue. Cleans would be great too. But snatches would be really good, right? Because now we're talking about a lot more muscular endurance. If it's just cleans, there isn't, it's not super interfering or not as interfering. Obviously, it still is a pulling pattern. But if it's overhead, like an overhead lift, like a snatch, then we're going to see some real interfering patterns, and there's going to be people. And so he mentions it.
Fittest man and fittest woman will be crowned. Okay, let's pivot from that. A couple pieces. So there's this athlete from Australia. His name's Luke Ship, and I look at his post, the first half of it, and basically he was talking
We're going to come back to
about how competitive. What I would do in a week, and meaning like it had what it is. Got that jump ship post. He said those. He did Taylor for using peptides after he limited basically after we sanctioned him for, and I will. I talked to Taylor Mall, basically said step down
about that.
and CrossFit coach of athletes, and you want to apply, hit us up, and I guess we have to start that process. We're moving on. He's moving on. Things are fine. We do have to replace him, so we'll find someone new. I think he was in the coaches category. So if you're a CrossFit coach of athletes,
should I apply? What do you guys think? Should I apply?
And you want to apply, hit us up, and I guess we have to start that process. At TKane8814, Dave, would you ever consider having the games back at an outdoor tennis stadium again? 2013 to 16 games, unmatched and spectator perspective. Yeah, I think so. The thing is, like, Carson was a great venue. I'd love to go back to Carson. It's just, you're also dealing with the heat. It's hot there, and so I would, but I don't know if we're going to anytime soon. At James SWAT 9887, would you ever program a monostructural piece other
Taylor got fired from the CAC.
than ski, swim, row, or bike? Yeah, absolutely. We see the right one that makes sense. We had paddle. We've had paddle, prone, etc. At Wolf Athletics 4044, workout 2 is definitely a great test for these athletes and community. Enjoy seeing top level performing common movements that we practice in our affiliates. Quick question: why triple unders are not used anymore at this level? Thanks.
Never been used. Stupid question.
Started at so to end this work, it's the finish line. So another piece. Typically, you kind of want to end on something fast, and as with finish line, move the game. I would love to do that. I every 15 minutes, I'm maybe at another event, but I was thinking about that yesterday. Okay, like at the game, down to a 1.5 inch belt blank, and the finish line. So you want to have someone run through the finish line. There will be some moments where we are not doing that, and again, that is very deliberate. Okay, at Stronger Every Day, can we pick up by the shirts in Albany? No, I'm not going to do that this year. And also, we'll be selling olive oil there. I'm also not doing that there. I just didn't prep. It's interesting because I was a customer bought a belt from me. I'd also do leather belts on my website. So I hand make those from like taking a big hide and cutting it all the way down to a 1.5 inch belt blank, and then putting it all together, cutting all the holes, finishing the edges, etc. And so I was doing that yesterday.
always selling.
And I was thinking, I should do a belt bar at an event one day, like at the games or something like that, where I spend a couple hours in a booth and just like you sign up for a reservation and every 15 minutes. Zach 8136. Why not bring the games back to a grassroots feel? The top 20 and female athletes compete for a weekend at the ranch, then move the games to affiliates that are capable of hosting them. Example, Mayhem, Reykjavik, etc. Let companies like Rogue do the big comps and go back to the early 2000 feels that all the OGs fell in love with. I would love to do that. I think that would be very cool. don't know if it's possible at this time,
It's not.
especially with
Not even a little bit possible.
sponsorship, venue, expectations.
Yeah, there's
Sponsorship
not
actually
even
pushed past
remotely
20
possible.
crossover, 30 total bar, location, coordinate, so over 10, and it's in
Anyways, he says that the pegboard is going to be the hardest workout of the weekend, and that people might not finish, which is great. That's what I want to see. I want to see workouts where there's some bottlenecks in there. I don't want every workout to be like workout 2, right? There needs to be workout like workout 3 and even workout 4, right? Depending on how hard it is and how people get stopped in their tracks. I think it's going to be like an Amanda-esque. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a suicide. So they're going to go up the board. So I think they're going to go up the board. Come on. Here we go. So they think they're going to go up the board. I think they're going to go to here and back down, then here and back down, and then here and back down. And I think that's going to be one round, etc. Aaron, you're fired. Fucking late. God damn it. No, I mean, I think that'll be like one rep, like one round, low line, middle line, tall line, and then they're going to go back to whatever, or they'll do like, it could be a 5-3 run. So 5 reps to here and then go do some work, and then 3 reps to here, go do some work, and then 1 rep to here, go do some work. They could do that. Shut the fuck up, clock. It's fucking showcasing the athletes. It is 100%. Oh, dude, I'm sore as fuck. I had to put it to class yesterday. It was 5 rounds, 6 kettlebell swings at 70, 9 goblet squats, and then 12 chest to bars. And the goal was to see if anyone could EMOM it, and I did. And I'm hurting bad. My biceps are hurting big time. Anyway, so I think that's the gist. God, he's fucking loud.
Oh, sorry. What do you think your heart rate is right now?
Probably.
Maybe 195.
Positive guy. Yeah. I mean, his heart rate's probably high.
That sucks.
I kind of think a more workout that might have been. Anyways. Oh, team events. Fucking name the events. Ugh. Okay. Name the events. These are harder than maybe not. I like finishing on 30 worm cleans. That's kind of cool. Here we go. 100-foot handstand walk each. Nice. I'm assuming that's 4 people on a bar. Bike, each pair. Wall facing, each pair. It's not that much volume. I mean, this is a tough. I mean, these workouts are harder than the other workouts for sure. Synchro double unders are silly. Probably should have just been like crossover volume. Jonathan, yes, WODprep program. I program the Coda Comp. So I will be there 100%. All right, adios. Thanks for joining. We're about to bounce out too. Bennett's making some noise. Let's see. Hey guys, if you want to support the show, just make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. If you really want to support the show, where is it? Here we go. Jesus Christ. PR Apparel. It's a nice shirt. A nice little long sleeve. They have this in a short sleeve too. Head over to prapparelshop.com. All right. They have some nice performance tees. They're simple, but they have some nice heavier weight stuff too. This Chasers PR tee, and then they just got a new drop in. It's not on the website yet. some like small logo fronts, and they look really good. Use code WODprep for 15% off. Scroll through here, support the show. It really helped me. I should probably share my screen. It really helped me, maintain some sponsors, keep doing this. Good tie-dye. I love these shirts. These are my favorite. They're super heavy. And then this one's about to be back in stock, which I really like. Yeah, good sports bra. This is the everyday long sleeve, and they have this like everyday daily trainer. So I have a few of those. I really like them. Well priced. They ships quick. Good tie-dye stuff as well. I think their female stuff looks nice. So support the show. You know what I'm saying? These are nice shirts. See, Stefan? Head to it. All right. Thanks, guys. I'm going to try and eat some food before my little man gets up. It was a good show. Yeah, Sunday at the games. Oh, yeah, it's going to be tough. Just push his birthday to the next weekend. My October is crazy, so I have Iron Games, which is the Coda Comp. So that's like the first weekend of October. The following weekend, I get in back Monday. We pull out Wednesday for like a 5-day camping trip for Bennett's birthday. And then we get back Monday, and then I'll leave like Wednesday for Crash Crucible with Gucci. So, which is I'm super excited about. So cool. A bouncy castle. Dude, you know what? You just put them in there, and then you just put it on the screen, right? Just don't put like it'll be JR and John on, so there won't be a lot of cursing, right? And you just watch it there. Yep. Jonathan, hit me up if you're coming to Coda. Message me. All right. Thanks, guys. Good stuff. As always, good show. Thanks for being here. You guys make my job awesome. And don't forget, be a savage. See ya.